Okay, we want to make sure that we don't get too close to the crown here. So we want to make sure that we're on this angle and follow that angle until you run out of hair. Don't stop abruptly with the comb because you're going to leave a line. And don't do this with the comb as you're going up because you're going to leave a line each time. The comb moves slow, the scissor moves fast. Take that imaginary line until you run out of hair, and then you're not going to leave a line. Run it over the sideburns. Not going to go as high as we did with the previous blade. Okay, when we pull that ear down, you see how that hair pops out? So that way we can get in there and we can taper it out. Then we're going to close the clipper halfway. We're going to do it again. Then we're going to close the clipper all the way and we're going to do it again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shave up to the hairline. And we're going to leave off about 1/4 of an inch below where we left off with the adjustable clipper in the closed position. Against the grain of the hair growth. Very slowly. And in this case, I'm cutting the hair dry to semi-damp, so the hair feeds into the clipper better. And we can see what we're doing. Now, with light color, fine hair, if the hair is wet too much, it's very difficult for the hair to feed into the clipper, and it's also very difficult to see what you're doing. And as we come to the side, you're going to see a previous guide, and you're going to see our center guide. So this is what we're going to do. Just going to pull that hair up. We're going to make a few cuts. Just cut across and make sure we get it all. Work our way to the left side. Okay, now we're going to work our way back around to the right side. Now when I pull that comb in, you can see your center guide and you can see your previous guide, your stationary guide.
Using your finishing comb, you're going to make your first initial cut and start your guide for the rest of the haircut, taking about 1/2 inch of hair. Again, another subsection, only 1/2 inch. Following your guide from your first cut, you can see it there, and bring it right down, dragging it out, and using your feather razor to just drag it down, making a saw-on motion. And you can already see the texture take place. You're just dragging the hair, following the guide from your last cut, bringing it lower and lower as you get to the corner, and then meeting with the sides. With a saw-on motion. Sometimes if the hair is really thick like Matt's is, you can bring it up and you can see there's a little point of demarcation, and you're just going to very lightly take that off.
So after every few cuts, just keep combing through the hair, combing it forward, get rid of the loose ones. Okay, and then work that around to the parietal area. You can stop when you get to the round of the head. And the reason I'm cutting it forward, as I said already, I want to leave the hair longer. I don't want to, if I cut against the curl or against the grain of the hair, it's going to cut it too short. And you want to be careful not to press too hard because these clippers are very sharp. The sharpness of the clipper is what's going to give you a sharp line. You don't have to use any pressure. And just comb that hair down. And what I like to do is just push that clipper a little bit into the line to sharpen it up. Take a 1 finger width and then I'll work our way over it. So like we talked about, we make our line and we pull out. We make our line and we pull out. We make our line and we pull out. So now we can see the outline of the beard. Now we're going to shave up against the grain, very gently, very lightly, because you don't. Sometimes the trimmer can irritate the skin. Go straight down. So we're going to shave with the grain for that portion. really stretch the skin so that hair pops out. Okay, now it reverses directions. We're going to stretch the skin between our fingers and focus on that small area. And make sure, just as on the other side, that we flatten that razor out as far as we can get it. Over directing the back, and as we discussed with our scissor over comb technique, small sections, just using the front portion of the comb. We get our center guide, and we keep the comb moving until we run out of hair. So we're going to over direct the hair slightly, and we're blending into the area we left off with our previous scissor over comb section. After the haircut is complete, we still have a heavy area, like we talked about in the introductory portion of this haircut, through the parietal area or the round of the head. So we're going to use the first of our advanced techniques on this haircut, razor over comb technique. We're going to comb the hair straight down, and very lightly we're going to guide the razor over the hair and remove some of that bulk. And what this is going to do is this top layer of hair that we're cutting is what's pushing the hair forward and making it look so bulky. We're removing that layer, so when you comb the hair back, it stays back up in the air this way. So we're going to over direct the hair, and we're going to start cutting. This client gets his hair cut every 3 weeks, so I know we're going to take about an inch off every time I cut his hair. So I'm going to start taking about an inch off, and I'm going to work my way towards the back. Now, as you can see in the back here, this crown really likes to stick up if you cut it too short, so we have to make sure that we don't cut this too short. So we want to over direct this up in the air so we don't cut it too short. So as we come across, we want to make sure, as long as we keep the angle that we're cutting the hair on parallel to the floor, this hair is never going to come into the comb, and we're not going to cut it too short. So what I do is, as we get to the crown, I push the heel of the blade in towards the scalp, and that pulls the tip of the blade out a little bit, and that's the line that we follow. And the more you over-exaggerate it, the better your haircut's going to be. The more accurate and the easier it's going to be to blend it.